Welcome back to the Healing Poetic Podcast. I'm Keya McClain the Poet, author, journaling coach, speaker, and a woman deeply committed to healing honestly and authentically. Today's conversation was actually inspired by a very short video clip a friend sent me recently. And y'all, that video resonated with me almost immediately. Not because it was groundbreaking or loud, but because it finally articulated something I think many multifaceted Black women quietly carry every single day. And it is the nuance of being a Black woman who is deeply layered. A Black woman who is intelligent, emotionally aware, strategic, empathic, funny, direct, intentional, strong-willed, kind, bold, nurturing, observant, confident, and unsure sometimes too. A woman who can lead powerfully while still questioning herself privately. A woman who can be deeply compassionate while also having strong boundaries. A woman who can care deeply yet still walk away. Woman like me who can cuss one minute and speak life into someone in the next. And what hit me deeply was this. People are constantly trying to tell women like us which parts of ourselves we should amplify and which parts we should suppress, especially when it comes to business. For years in entrepreneurship and business spaces, I've heard people say things like, take the emotion out of it. Don't care so much. Stop being empathic. Business is business. And I understand what some people mean when they say that. But if I'm honest, a lot of business advice feels emotionally disconnected from humanity, especially for Black women. Because many of us did not build businesses from privilege or emotional distance. We built them from survival, from grief, from rebuilding, from intuition, from community, from being the person everybody leaned on. So yes, I care about people. I care deeply. That doesn't mean I lack discernment. That doesn't mean I can't detach. And that doesn't mean that I'm weak. Actually, I think one of my greatest strengths is my ability to remain emotionally intelligent while still making difficult decisions. I can love people and still create boundaries. I can collaborate and still protect my peace. I can support others and still choose myself. And here's where things get complicated. When you are a layered Black woman, people struggle to categorize you. I'm going to repeat that. When you are a layered Black woman, people struggle to categorize you. And you'll hear me talk about the box in the sky later, but I came up with this because what I recognized was there are those that want to remain in a box, and there are those that grow and extend to the sky. Which one do you think I am? Because being a layered Black woman to people who are trying to categorize me means that some people think that I'm difficult. Some people think that I'm full of myself. Some people think that I'm intimidating. Some people think I'm too emotional. Some people think I'm too detached. Some people think that I'm too strong. Some think I should just soften up, and others think I should toughen up. And eventually, you realize people are often responding to their comfort level with complexity, not necessarily who you are. Woo! That realization changed a lot for me, because for a long time I thought, maybe if I become more of this, my experiences will improve. Maybe if I become less of that, people will understand me better. And honestly, that shit is exhausting, especially when you've spent over a decade investing in yourself, healing yourself, educating yourself, evolving yourself, and building something authentic. I started this work over 11 years ago. I've invested in counseling, education, healing, courses, experiences, spiritual growth, self-awareness. There are things I've accomplished and survived that I don't even publicly share. So when people casually suggest, you just need to change your energy, you just need to be softer, you just need to care less, you need to be harsher, sometimes I sit quietly and I think, you have no idea how much work it took for me to become this specific version of myself. And this is where the metaphor came to me. The conflict between the box and the sky. People are comfortable with boxes. Boxes are predictable. Boxes are easier to explain. Boxes help people feel psychologically safe. But some of us were never designed to fit inside one identity. I am not just nurturing. I am not just strong. I am not just feminine. I am not just logical. I am not just emotional, spiritual, or strategic. I am layered. And my authenticity changes depending on the moment, the environment, the energy, and the truth I'm standing in. There are moments that require boldness. Some moments require softness. Some moments require silence. Some moments require curiosity because I genuinely do not know the answer. And I refuse to pretend to know everything just to maintain the illusion of power. That's another thing many Black women carry. The pressure to appear emotionally invincible. And although I have a poem that says, and you still have that S on your chest, you are more than a conqueror, I know who you are. That's part of that poem because yes, we are all of these things, but we also have other layers to us. We're not all of one thing. So my vulnerability is part of my authenticity too. There have been moments where I've wanted to quit this work completely. Moments where I questioned everything. Moments where I felt unseen, misunderstood, emotionally exhausted, and lonely. Because being deeply authentic in a performative-ass world can feel isolating. Most people are jiving and jumping and pretending and putting on acts. And because you show up in this authentic-ass version, this raw-ass version, you're not trying to pretend. You're not trying to be something that you're not. You're not trying to put on this fake armor of anything. It really becomes isolating because I don't look like a lot of other people. And personally, I think that many women, are starving for spaces where they don't have to perform. Spaces where they can just be. not explain themselves constantly, not shrink, not overcompensate, not become digestible. I deeply desire to connect with women who are navigating their journey authentically. I understand that we all have our things that happen in our lives that show up for us, but I want to be around women who understand complexity. I want to be around women who are healing, women who are evolving, women who are powerful but still human, women who know leadership does not erase emotion, because society, and especially many men, often judge women's path through extremes. You're either too soft, too emotional, too hard, too masculine, too detached, too independent, too caring, too ambitious. And honestly, I think many women are tired of being psychologically dissected for simply existing as full damn human beings. Somebody somewhere is always breaking us down, always thinking that they can determine who we are and tell us who we are. At the core of all of my work, whether it's journaling, podcasting, poetry, healing conversations, or coaching, I believe deeply, very deeply, in the power of you. Not the curated version, not the algorithm version, not the performative ass version. You, your healing, your truth, your discernment, your evolution, your complexity, and your becoming. I think the world becomes healthier when people stop abandoning themselves to gain acceptance. And I think that many Black women are entering seasons where they no longer want to shrink their brilliance, emotions, voice, softness, boldness, or complexity just to make other people feel comfortable. We are tired of that shit. At least I am. And I would love to connect with my tribe of women that understand, who know that I may have been caught between the box and the sky. This conversation was for you. It is for you. If you've ever felt too layered for people to understand, this conversation is for you. If you've ever been told to become less human in order to become more successful, this conversation is for you. And if you are learning how to honor your complexity without apologizing for it, keep going. There's nothing wrong with being deeply nuanced. Nothing wrong with that. And the reason why we are attacked and judged and ridiculed is because we're not in that damn box. Some of us were never meant to be one-dimensional. And don't let anybody else tell you ever again, well, my thoughts about how a woman should show up and how a woman should be is this. Tell them to go jump their ass in that box. Because as a woman who is very nuanced, who is very layered, and has some complexity, this is a movement. We don't need other people to tell us who we are, and we don't need to react off of them telling us who we are. I move to the rhythm of my own beat, and I know it irritates people. I know that people struggle with it. I know that that makes me different than other people, and that's okay. It's time to be okay with being who you are. And there are moments where I've internalized this shit. I've internalized people saying things to me about how I should show up, and maybe I should do it this way, and maybe this would work better for me. And the reason why I haven't had this level of success is because I don't do this or that, because I'm not like anybody else, and I'm not trying to be. So, understand this, and I'm going to repeat it. There's nothing wrong with being deeply nuanced. Some of us just were never meant to be one-dimensional, period. So thank y'all for sitting with me in this honest space. And know that you can get in this honest space with yourself. Send me a message. Let me know what you thought about this particular podcast topic and the conversation surrounded in this particular topic. Now, there are several ways that you can support me and support the work that I do and become part of this movement. Because guess what? We collectively refuse to flatten ourselves to be what people think is successful. We don't have to flatten ourselves. We don't have to shrink ourselves. We don't have to diminish who we are. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. Go out to my website, keyascoaching.com, KEYAS coaching.com. And until next time, protect your peace, honor your truth, and never flatten yourself just to fit inside somebody else's damn box. Until next time, I love y'all. Peace.